And here we are in Paignton. Got to start off with a Tux postcard, haven't we? But here's the reality.
Welcome to Paignton, a town on the English Riviera which has roots as a Celtic settlement and was mentioned in the Domesday Book in 1086 as, now forgive me on this, Paignton. It has evolved from a fishing farming village into a popular tourist destination it is today, and particularly after the coming of the railway.
Lovely. Look at those buildings over there. They've got a bit of time on them, haven't they? That's quite old architecture.
It is very old architecture.
And we're going to go straight into a then and now, of all things. Here on the station. Well, this is roughly about here, probably a little bit further back.
Paignton Railway Station opened in 1859 and is now the terminus of the Riviera Line services from Exeter and heritage services on the Dartmouth Steam Railway from Kingswear into Queen's Park Station.
Lovely. Right, let's crack on. Right, so instead of doing a big loop like we normally do when we go to places, we're going to make our way down from the station here, along down to the harbour, and then go onto the pier and call our video a day at the end of the pier. So that's our plans. Make our way down this main road in the meantime, but it'd be rude not to just at least go and have a look at the train, wouldn't it? And if this looks slightly familiar to any of you, it looked familiar to me even though I've never been here. That's because it's where Andy got on the train of lights back at Christmas. I thought that was down in Dartmouth, you see, but it turned out it was here, where they had all the stuff here, all the decorations, the big dragon and that. Anyway.
And doesn't it look so different? Yes, the Dartmouth Steam Railway, originally part of the Dartmouth and Torbay Railway, opened on the Brixham Road station on March the 14th, 1861, and extended to Kingswear on August the 10th, 1864. The line was taken over by the Dart Valley Light Railway in 1972 and is now a heritage railway operated by Dartmouth Steam Railway and Riverboat Company, which also operates river cruises and buses.
Lovely. Look at that. Didn't know this was down here. Didn't know this was down here at all. Didn't know anything really. Like I say, I've never really been to Paignton. No, it sounds ridiculous, just down the road from me. But I've probably been through here a few times. Maybe I was here as a teenager, but not at all in the last 30 odd years. So there we go. It's a new one for me today, completely. And just outside of the station is what's known as the Picture House. Here we go.
The Picture House was opened on the 16th of March 1914. There are 375 seats, 271 in the stalls and 104 in the circle, plus 3 private boxes at the back seating and an additional 8. The cinema closed down on the 26th of September 1999 and was brought by the Paignton and Dartmouth Steam Railway. It is a Grade 2 listed building and changes cannot be made to the exterior. The cinema hopes to be open by 2026 after extensive restoration.
Lovely.
Paignton's Torbay Road, also known as the Golden Mile. Now, this was originally intended as a tree-lined residential avenue leading to the sea, not a commercial street that it is today. Various shops, cafes and amusement arcades will be on our walk to the seafront.
And there is a Riviera Slots up ahead. Our first amusement arcade. As we carry on down, we've got a Subway over there. Our one closed, didn't it? In Teignmouth.
Yes, that's sad that closed.
And there we go, still going over here. Here we are, we're down towards the bottom now. Regency Palace and other amusements. And of course, Leisure 2000 and other amusements. Amazing how the amusements seem to be thriving over here, whereas in Teignmouth, they're dying away.
They do, don't they? They're dying away in Teignmouth. And well, Dawlish isn't too bad, but yes, they do seem to thrive here. This seems to be, it's probably because it's just the destination for people to come and spend their penny.
Yeah, I mean, in Teignmouth, you used to have the Purple Penny, or Booth's Amusements as it called in later days. And you had all sorts of machines in different cafes and that. and you had the pier in full force with all the amusements and stuff that used to be up there. Now all we've got is some betting shops and and the pier as is.
And
like
the
I say,
pier
which
as is.
Yeah, just absolute rubbish.
Which is
Absolute rubbish. And there's a view cinema. That looks quite nice.
yes, I've been in there a couple of times. It's quite cheap actually, quite reasonable.
I like the look of it. I was checking Google Maps, to see where we're going, and I like the way it looked like you could park right outside it.
Yeah,
well, that is proper parking.
There's a little bit of parking. You're very lucky if you get one.
There we are, Torbay Road. One more look up.
At the Golden Mile.
Yes, very nice. And just over there we've got a spud shack and a burger bar. Excellent. Excellent. Here we are, the war memorial over here for the parachute regiment. That's just down here on the main frontage. Nice Regency buildings over there. Probably hotels, I expect. And looks like we've got a crazy golf across the way. And just down from there we've got Torbay Park. There we are, just a nice big open space there.
Yes, it's a nice little place to sit in the summer. I've sat on one of those 3 benches over there having fish and chips one day, only to be attacked by about 15 gulls.
I can imagine. Pirates Bay is the name of the golf course, and that looks very much like, or very similar to the pirate that's outside the tattoo shop in Teignmouth.
Good
Not
morning
exactly
to you.
the same though. Not exactly the same.
Good morning to you, Bill.
Now that little overhang there, shoreline place, very familiar to me from videos I've seen where people come down here at night and kids, well not kids, youngsters,
Yeah.
race their cars
Yes.
up and down this road.
Rev their engines up.
Yes, I've seen that before on YouTube.
They do.
Just take a look at the row of hotels here. Lovely colours, some of them, like pink ones there. Greens and yellows. And we end up on the big one at the end there, which is called
The Esplanade.
Esplanade Hotel. Lovely. And this on the end here, that's having the work done, is a little conference hotel, which takes us onto the entrance to the Paignton Harbour and Ferry Cove, which is where we're going to have a little wander down, have a look at now. Past that lovely thatched cottage up there with the lovely roof.
Yes, a beautiful old thatched cottage.
Smashing. Here we go, walking underneath the Harbour Light welcome sign into the harbour area. The Harbour Hut, Paignton. Lovely. Cyclist dismount, but I'm not on a bike, so I can't. Oh,
These
this
all
is
used to be
nice.
shops in here years ago.
This is nice.
It's very nice.
Whoa. Lovely, look at that. And of course, the harbour itself. In all
There
its
should be some
glory.
mute swans down there as well,
I
which
didn't
there
bring
is.
it. I didn't bring any food with me today.
No. Oh, there's an arrangement of turnstones down there as well.
Ah, yes, so there are. Right, so in the centre of the picture at the moment, you'll see the slipway heading down. I want you to imagine you're over there and you stood there looking back at where I am now, over here, and here we go.
The harbour was established in the 18th century and the local council has managed it since 1935. The harbour dries out at low tide and is well known for having an unconventional fairway approach. Unlike the majority of harbours in Great Britain, this is made on the port side of the fairway and not the starboard side. Today it remains a hive of activity, especially during the summer months, and the vast range of different users enjoying the benefits of this maritime gem.
Walking alongside the ships in, or the boats in
Yes.
dry dock.
Having the barnacles removed by the looks of it.
Yeah, I used to do all this down at Polly Steps, but they don't do that anymore because Network Rail said they didn't want the cranes so close to their tracks.
No, and yet
After
they
all
can
the
do
years
it in a
with no
place
problem.
like this.
Yeah, yeah. And a couple more swans. There they are. Perhaps that one we filmed earlier on its own was Swan Solo, having a day out just like I am. Paignton. And here we are at the end of the harbour, as far as we can go. With the pier, which we'll be heading to shortly. In the distance, Tall Bay, of course, right over there. In the distance.
Yes, the English Riviera at its finest when the sun is out.
Yeah.
You could be in the south of France.
And of course Paignton and Brixham and Torquay are the three places that make up the English Riviera and also the collective term of Tall Bay. Right, one last look round at the harbour lights and Ulster Brewery with the seating here. There's the entrance bit. And if you're not into your alcohol, got Malloy's over there, Paignton. And they're a lovely little coffee shop. Now I'm going to show you a picture of Polsham Green as was, which can't really line up because it's one of these ones that's taken from a lot up higher. Where the Gulf is there ahead of us will be the area you'll see, and also going into the end of the pier.
Yeah, Paignton's seafront history includes development starting in 1867 with Mr McClone donating Polsham Green, a new harbour built in 1847, and the opening of Paignton Pier in 1897, which became the town's major landmark.
This is the bit I was talking about earlier on where I say you see videos of people with cars and bikes and that all under here at night.
Yes.
Revving up and racing up and down the
They like the
seafront.
sound under here. I bet the people who are eating their supper don't like it.
Just ahead we've got the Mercure Hotel and the Ibis Hotel, which are both brand new hotels for
Brand
Paignton. Isn't that nice? They certainly want their visitors here.
Yes, they do. They
Which is
encourage
great.
them at every opportunity.
Yep, and just up there it's the Geopark Cafe, which I used to see a lot of on Facebook around lockdown time. Never obviously seen it before. It's also called the Elvis Cafe.
Yeah, and years ago before that it was called the Cuckoo Clock, and that was just a nickname that everybody gave to it.
Crazy. Little cafe there, traditional pasty, steaks, fries, cafe, the Bayside, with the flags, advertising my channel, thank you very much. Just across from the pier. But the point of this is not just the pier itself, it's what used to be here, where the main attraction for Paignton seafront used to be.
Yes. The seafront has seen many events over the years and been host to more recently the Tall Bay Air Show. One of the most unusual events was the arrival of Jenny, the mechanical elephant, in 1955. The elephant marched up and down the seafront taking children for rides on its back and was powered by a petrol engine and an operator who sat up front. I believe it remained until the early 60s. It must have made an unusual sight, especially with the exhaust pipe exiting out of its bottom.
And if you want to see a video of Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear riding a very similar elephant, there should be a link up the top. Very colourful gorilla,
Yes.
done to advertise Paignton Zoo. And we were just talking just now about the hotels. That one over there used to be one of the biggest ones in Paignton, and next to it you had the Inn on the Green. But now with those two, the Ibis and the Mercure,
They tower over everything.
yes, absolutely taken over. Whey, don't want to sit there, don't want to go, off you go then. Anyway, they're on top of something called a payphone, believe it or not.
Yes.
They still exist.
Extraordinary. And it's still in one piece, even though it looks a little bit rusty. The Paignton Pier Act received royal assent on the 3rd of June 1874 and work commenced on its construction in October 1878. The 780 feet pier was customary grand pavilion at the seaward end was open to the public for the first time in 1879. In 1919 the pier suffered a major fire destroying many of its buildings, and a period of decline followed. Sectioned as a defence measure during World War II in fear of a German invasion. In 1980, the pier undertook a major development and stands as what we see today, the jewel in the eye of Paignton seafront.
Right, so let's take a walk down the pier then. Lovely. Here we go, what a nice entrance to a pier. Proper amusements. Nice fish and chip space. And up ahead, Paignton Pier. You can see the sign.
Yes.
Twinkling with silver lights.
The hive of activity.
Let's have a quick pan round, take in the view before we walk further down the pier. Let's drop up to 10 times zoom. We're at 13 zoom now, 13 times zoom, found some jet skis.
Welcome to the Hammer Club.
And there we are, that's as far as the land goes. Couple of rocks. And jet skiers who have just, oh there they are. Right, let's carry on up the pier. Pinocchio. Snow White, the proper version.
Yes. Not that Nancy thing they put out now.
Yeah. And Toy Story. My grandson would like that.
Would he?
He would.
He would.
There's Mr. Bean pointing to the waffle and crepe and donut place with a huge jars of Nutella. Hard to explain quite how big they are. Massive, like buckets of it.
Absolutely massive.
Now there used to be one of these.
It did.
Teignmouth Pier.
It did.
You squirt with the guns.
You did.
And you get squirted back.
You did. It probably is the one from Teignmouth Pier. It's probably ended up here.
And there's a dinosaur in a crate to advertise the golf at the end of the pier. Attract mode activated. Well, this is lovely, isn't it?
Hive of activity. The latest shooting game.
And not so full of children that I feel I shouldn't be filming. Lucky ladders. Remember that as a smaller machine from my youth.
Lucky ladders, where you are unlucky ladders.
Yeah.
What's that?
VR.
Oh, it's let's put your goggles on.
Well, it goes on and on. It's on the,
I remember this section on the left here. It used to be full of pinball machines. That shows how long ago I've been in it.
you go on Teignmouth Pier and it's just spaces, loads of empty spaces.
Empty spaces, yeah.
Yeah, now here there's like, it's just completely full. It's fantastic.
This is how it should be.
Yeah, proper assault on your senses, you know, with all the lights and the noise and the things to look at and things to grab your attention. This is how it should be. Beautiful. And we reach the end, go out onto their decking. Heart of Paignton, photo opportunity. I know you can put your what do you call it's on it? Put your names on a padlock and lock it on, because that will guarantee you stay together.
That's it, forever.
Yeah.
And at least it's not been put on a random fence somewhere weighing it down.
Yeah. Mickey and Minnie.
Hello, hello.
And there's Popeye, who gives me some music from time to time when I go on the ferry.
Popeye the Sailor Man.
Lovely. And this is the lost city of adventure golf. So here we are at the very end of the pier, and we're in the Jurassic Golf section. But this is as far as we can go now. And like I said, we were going to get off the train, make our way to the end of the pier, and without paying to play golf, can't get right to the very, very end. Ladies just let us come into this bit to film this goodbye segment, end of the video.
Yes.
So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed Paignton. We'll just have a look back at it from here. Enjoy the view. There we go. And that was Paignton and Paignton Pier, Paignton Harbour, etc, etc. What a lovely day out.
The joy of the English Riviera.
Yay! Paignton! Lovely! Here we are again, and we're going to have a little look around the other part of the town that we didn't look at last time. Now the idea isn't to try and cover all of Paignton or do everything in one go. No, we're just having another little trip over for another taste of the other side. Anyway, let's start off with a then and now. Here we go.
Yes! Work started on the footbridge in 1939, but with the outbreak of the Second World War it wasn't completed until 1956. It was built to replace the level crossing, allowing people to access the platforms at the station without having to wait for passing trains. Today the footbridge is still in place, although more modern look to the one we see in the photograph, and still provides access from one side of the street to the other when the level crossing gates are closed. Western Invader is seen here in about 1974 with a Paddington train arriving into platform.
Lovely. Right, so panning round in the opposite direction this time, from the footbridge, etc, to those buildings over there.
Yes! For once some good news to report, and a row of buildings which the present owners wanted to demolish. What once was Bailey's Hotel in 1894, going to the house several shops and businesses like the Constitutional Club, Tropicana Images, Ritzy's and finally Kirsty's, has been refused demolition by the council, who are enforcing repairs to be made. Seems like a victory for common sense.
Here we are again, a little bit further across the road now, a bit better view of it. And here it was in
1894, and it's been several buildings. I mean, as I say, I've listed off some of the sort of the newer ones, but in time, I mean, it's even been a hotel, I think. I mean, if you look over to here, these four windows up here, they're all boarded up now, but I can imagine with all the little bits of artwork and stuff around them, how beautiful it was.
Now you'll recognise those windows, the top of that building there, in this next shot.
Yes.
Here we go.
This is a postcard of the old Gerston Hotel, and a photograph which was originally taken in black and white, but coloured in by an artist. This was common practice in the early days of photography.
And that building there,
Yes.
that's built on the end.
But you can still see part of the original building, although most of it's been demolished and eventually replaced with what we see today. The demolished part became Woolworths, which traded for many years, closing its doors in 2008. I would always get my pick and mix from here before going home on the train.
Lovely. So now we've got to wait for the train to come across so we can cross over and show you a shot of the signal box that would have been just there on this side, but the shot's taken from the other side, so that's where we're going to do it from. And just over here would have been the signal box. Here we go.
Paignton North signal box, along with Paignton South signal box, was built in 1890 for the GWR. Paignton North was a 13-lever signal box. Both of these boxes were replaced for more modern boxes in 1924. Paignton North was closed in March 1988, and a control of the level crossing went to Paignton South by closed circuit TV, which ceased in 1990 and moved to an office at the station.
Lovely. Just down on the same side of the road as the signal box, got this building here. Here's the picture.
The old Temperance Hotel, which stood here. This photo was taken in about 1906. It's now shops and a cafe. I believe at one time a strip club used to be above the present bakery.
Crazy. Right, now we're looking back across the road now at that row of buildings there. Here's the picture.
The beautiful Queen's Park mansions, which were built in Victorian times and still remain today. A 4-storey building with flats above and shops below. The photo was taken in 1907, before the arrival of Della's Cafe.
Lovely. And there we are today. Right, now this one looks a little bit different because it's been rebuilt in modern times, but it's the same place. Here's the photo.
The cafe was opened in 1911 and replaced a smaller one of the same name a little further up the street. This was one of 2 Della's cafes, the other one being on the seafront. The company was taken over by Cadena Cafes in 1933 and Tesco's in 1960. It was soon closed and demolished in 1965 to make way for the concrete building we see today, and I might say a rather ugly replacement.
And just across the road there is Scoff's Fish and Chips, which I was told to look out for next time I was over, so I have looked out for it. But no food today, not at the moment anyway. Still got to do a lot more photos to get on with. Now round about here, there was an archway right across the road. Here's the picture.
The arches which lined Torbay Road for the King's coronation in 1911.
Yes, looks a bit different, doesn't it? Now it's all painted blue.
This is an old Victorian arcade while you're filming it.
Yes.
Some of the old posts, if you look at them.
Yes, very nice. Right, we're crossing over now to try and locate the location of a picture which has been mentioned to us in the comments, and we found the picture. Now we're going to try and line it up. Okay, this is as close as we're going to get to where we believe this was.
Yes.
Here's the photo.
The Guinness clock, which stood on Paignton seafront from 1956 to 1966. The original clock was built to celebrate the Festival of Britain in 1951. I believe this was one of 6 that were around the country. The other one in the town was at the zoo. They were eventually taken down for scrap, although one still remains in a museum today. Folks would flock to see it chime on the hour and its crazy animations with a toucan and an ostrich starring.
As we walk along, not on the seafront side but this side for a change, we notice we've got the fair up ahead of us with a big wheel.
A big wheel, yes, and you see that ride going around, that looks like a roller coaster
Yeah.
thing? That reminds me of what used to be at the end of Teignmouth Pier.
Yeah. Right, we're looking across that building up ahead of us, behind all the cars, and we're going to do a shot from higher up from some time ago. Here we go.
The Festival Hall opened its doors in 1967 and was very popular for its summer shows. An example of some of the stars that appeared here were Ronnie Corbett, Leslie Crowther, Freddie Starr, Les Dawson, Bradley Walsh, and not forgetting Basil Brush. The theatre closed its doors in 1998 and reopened in 1999 as the new cinema complex known as the Apollo, eventually today becoming View.
Lovely. This is the Mercure Hotel
Mercure, yeah.
up front, and next to it is the Ibis, and the Ibis is built on the grounds of what was
Well, now the site of the Ibis Hotel, but once was Della's Summer Cafe. It was also known as the Casino, Beachcomber, Fusion, and in its latter days the Lighthouse. The photograph was taken in the 1920s.
So there we go. That was the cafe site. And there we are, reference to Della's
Yes.
on the front of the Ibis. Della's Cafe and Bar. So that's a nice little nod to days gone by, isn't it?
A lovely little tribute that on a modern building.
And if you look down in the description, you'll see an article about the lost cafes of Paignton, which was sent in to me by Darren. Thanks, Darren. That's in the description, so have a look at that if you're interested. Covers Della's and some other stuff as well. And there is the Inn on the Green, which is set to be demolished. Demolition in progress, keep out. And they've got these little sort of policey camera things. I can't see it from here, but there's one up there filming you. Anyway, Inn on the Green, set to be demolished.
Another old building gone.
And this is the Palace Hotel and Spa, right here on the main seafront of Paignton. Very nice.
Well manicured grass.
And just take a note of the wall, an original old wall, old design, old style, old bricks. An old wall.
Old wall.
Lovely. Another row of hotels just here, looking out on the green.
Yeah. Holsham Green.
And we're walking across Holsham Green towards the hotel. This is our next target, shall we say, for a picture.
Redcliffe Lodge.
Yeah, Redcliffe Lodge. It's an old sign above the door there.
Yep.
Travel Lodge Hotel, and some lovely 60s houses, or maybe a bit earlier, I don't know. But very nice. This reminds me when I used to go and visit my granny in Torquay at Barbican Road, and walk around there as a child back in the early 70s. Looked similar sort of houses and trees and that above me to how I remember it with there. As we carry on along, we're a bit further down now.
Yeah, we're not properly going to get it in.
Not going to get it in exactly what we want to do, but here's a shot of the beach huts that are on the green a little bit further down. And we'll try and line things up. Right, well, we couldn't find the view we wanted simply because it's changed so much. So rather than cut that bit out, because it did show the beach huts and the other bit of green area, we're going to go down here and do another one instead. Here we are, we've found it. It looks totally different though. Here's the photo.
Not always known as the Radcliffe Hotel, and once a private residence to Colonel Robert Smith, a gifted artist and architect who served in India with the Bengal engineers and designed and built the house himself in 1852, hence the building's original Eastern influence. The house did not stay in the hands of Robert Smith for long, and he soon passed away, and it went to his estranged son, who soon became bankrupt. The house was sold to the Singer family in 1877 and was taken over by Paris Singer, who married Lily Graham in 1887.
Same place, slightly different angle. You'll see where the fountain was ahead of us. Here we go.
Singer sold Redcliffe Towers in 1902, and 2 years later it opened as the 100-bedroomed Redcliffe Hotel, touted as the finest health resort in Devon. And after many tweaks, what we see today, not quite as grand, but still some of its architecture remains, and an established part of Paignton's seafront.
Fire escape. So not something you see very much in hotels like that. Decorative moulding around the top of the windows.
Around the top of the windows.
And there's the blue plaque. Torbay Civic Society, Colonel Robert Smith, eminent engineer, artist and architect in India, designed Redcliffe in 1852 as his home. Lovely. Another one of these little spiral staircases. Wrought iron.
Yes.
Lovely. And we just take a quick look at the beach, because indeed it would be rude not to. Hope it's not too windy here.
More rock and Hatcher Rock in front of us. Thatcher's Rock. And the famous place of where they filmed for Monty Python.
Oh yes, that was down here, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
Now for
Sands of the
something
Sahara.
Now for something completely different.
And if you want to see that, there's a link to it up above at the moment. So click on that when you finish the video, of course. And you can see Monty Python's Sands of the Sahara.
Yes, the man that killed the penguin.
With his pants.
Taking his pants off and using one of the fine Paignton stones to kill it with a slingshot.
Now this one is from 2018. If it's different, I'll put it on the photo. Where all these cars are parked, there was a bike show taking place, and Linda was down here, and she took a picture of a trike. Here we go. So
Yes.
there we are. That's a trike in this area here.
Yeah, and they always have bike meetings down here. In fact, I think one of the local bike gangs that come down with their Harley Davidsons, they like to sit down here on a nice summer's evening.
And talking of bikes, couple parked right there. Lovely. Geopark Cafe, where we had those lovely chips last time, but a bit busy this time.
This used to be the Wacky Warehouse.
There we are, there's a spinning wheel, which is still open, being renovated,
Yes.
but still open during renovations, sign says. And one last look at the fair. Didn't go in there and wander around, too many children. But yes, back into Torbay Road as we head back up towards the station. More of this Victorian arcade. Remember our previous trip over? We dealt with the picture house, which is behind us at the moment. Just seen this in the window across the road. Down there, that's the picture we used in the previous video, bottom left. And yes, interesting. Step into the projection room, Paignton Picture House. Some more stuff about it on the thing there, which you can pause, no doubt, and read. And there's a few pictures of inside.
Very nice, isn't it?
Oh,
I have been in
not
there.
going to focus, but anyway, that's the picture house, which is just over there, across the road, having its renovations done.
I saw Jaws the Return in there.
Chippies. Nom, 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 nom.
Chippies.
Lovely. And I noticed over there, steam coming out the steam train. Look at that. Barriers go up. And everyone floods across the road. Lovely. And that's the direction we'll be going in next time we visit Paignton. One last look at the crossing. And so as I head back into Paignton Station,
Yes.
I've been running my tracker today, which I'm going to turn off in a minute. And if it works, it should show you the route that we've taken, starting at the station and ending at the station. There it is, if it's up on screen. Lovely. And yep, here we are in Paignton. Lovely.
Lovely.
Now, we're not going to try and cover all of Paignton again. We're just doing another little bit of it. We're going to deal with some of the medieval stuff. And up ahead of me, there's a building that used to be a cinema, of all things. Yeah, here we are.
It did. A very popular cinema and one of many locals fondly remember. The Regent Cinema opened its doors in 1932. And as you can see from the photograph, was built in the Art Deco style. The cinema showed many films over the years, including James Bond, Grease, Star Wars, and my favourite, Jaws. The cinema closed its doors in 1983, and the last film to be shown was called Double Jeopardy, although titled Olivia, starring Susanna Love and Robert Walker Jr. It was demolished in 1987.
Now walking down towards the crossing, but we're not going that way this time. We're going this way. Over there is now a Ladbrokes, but it's not always been a Ladbrokes.
No. It was a KFC and it closed its doors in 2009. It's now reallocated on the Brixham Road. It was a restaurant over 2 levels, but rather small inside.
Lovely. Now we're looking the opposite direction to the crossing now, up Victoria Street. Here it is, a few years ago.
Yes, it was a few years ago, because if you notice, it had cars on it, or vehicles of some sort. It's now a pedestrianised street, and this photo was taken in about the 1900s.
Gurkha's Diner, Santander Bank, and yes, all the bit we didn't see last time. Right, this is a pedestrian street. Got Warren's Bakery, Coffee One, Vape Shop, Salt Rock, Bon Marsh, Betfred, British Heart Foundation. Yes, lots of stuff here, isn't there?
And all the trees look like they're being pollarded.
Oh yes, so they are. Yeah.
And a Dawlish firm next to us.
Lovely. Iceland. I got a delivery coming from them later on tonight.
And next door is a Greggs.
And a Boots.
And Boots.
Oh, there's a burger shop over there, Moe's Diner.
Ah.
Kebabs, wraps, pizza,
Yeah.
pasta. Now we're at the top of the pedestrian bit. Those houses there, up the top, buildings, that's what you're going to focus in on. They'll be at the top of the picture. And here we go.
Yeah, so we're looking from the top of now Victoria Street down into Palace Avenue. And in the middle of the road you can see a policeman conducting things. Now, this photo was probably taken in about the late 1800s, I would have thought. There was no date on it. But what a difference today, from today.
Yeah, it certainly looks a little bit different now, doesn't it? A lot busier as well with the traffic.
A lot busier.
And there's the Liberal Club. Very liberal of it.
Very liberal.
Right, now we've wandered up a side street now. And we've been talking, so I didn't film myself coming up, but just down there is the main road we came off of, where you can see the cars going along. Over here is a church, and this is what I can see in front of me with the old wall.
Yes, now you're coming into it. The palace walls originate from the 14th century and housed the Bishop's Palace, which was the residence of the Bishop of Exeter until the 16th century. These are all that remain of the palace today, along with the tower on the corner, but still house the Coverdale Centre and a Grade II listed vicarage.
And here's the tower from a slightly different angle, and I want you to imagine just up there behind those trees at the end of the road you can see another tower for the church, and here's the old photo.
Coverdale Tower, Bishop's Tower, built by Bishop Osborne 1072 to 1103, was part of the Bishop's Palace, which in turn was part of the Manor of Paignton, held for over 500 years by the Diocese of Exeter.
And
so King Henry VIII seized the manor from the church in 1545 and gave it to Thomas Speke, who held it until 1557. The tower has been held by many over the years, and in 1977 Torbay Council entered into a deed of guardianship and the tower became an ancient monument. By 2003 the tower had fallen into a dilapidated state and a grant for the National Lottery was approved. The tower, after obtaining the lottery grant, was put back into good repair by 2007 and is now in the custodianship of the Paignton Heritage Society.
lovely. Let's take a look at this church then that's hiding behind the tree.
The medieval lodging block, long thought to be part of the tower, or Bishop's grain store.
And this is right by the church there.
Yes.
And there's some information if you want to pause and read any of it, saying all about it. Paignton Palace, medieval Bishop's Hall. And there's like the remains.
Remains of what they probably thought was a tower, once was a tower, or actually turned out to be a grain store. It's a little bit foggy on it.
Houses along the other side of the churchyard, which we're going to go into in a sec. Look at that lovely blossom.
Beautiful. It's like a flowering cherry. It's beautiful.
Here we are. This is the entrance.
Yes.
To the churchyard, which apparently is locked up.
No, you come this way.
Oh, that's better.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's lovely.
And this is right in the middle of the town.
Yeah, slap bang in the middle. Wouldn't have known any of this was here.
Absolutely beautiful. Thought and contemplation.
Okay, so you can just about make out a cross hiding in a tree in front of me, and you can see the church behind and a massive tree just there.
Yes, right in the way.
But here's a picture before that tree was there.
St John the Baptist Church, or Paignton Parish Church, has been part of Paignton for a very long time. The first church building on this site was possibly a wooden structure, but nothing remains above ground, although its foundations have been discovered when the second Norman church was built in 1100. But this was completely demolished and rebuilt by 1250. Today, the church can be viewed as a third building and has been slowly transformed since the Middle Ages. Paignton Parish Church in particular has been documented for historical interest.
Lovely. So we're stepping out of the gates to the churchyard we went into and looking around, and just across the road there you can see there's some steps going down, and apparently we're going to be taking those steps.
We are going down there.
At the bottom here we've got a little seating area around a tree, and that greenhouse there.
Looks like a pub.
Yes.
Or was a pub. There's a barrels underneath, isn't there? So it looks very much like a pub, and probably is. Kieran, if you're there, tell us what pub it was.
Walking down through this bit now, which is quite built up. I wouldn't say modern, but it's flats and houses.
And right in front of us is our next subject.
The bins.
Yes, the bins. Well, I suppose you could be locked up in those if you wanted to be.
This is the clink.
Administrated by the local sheriff on behalf of the Lord of the Manor. The clink, Paignton's medieval lockup, provided temporary accommodation for those committing minor misdemeanours. The last time the clink was used for custodial purposes was about 1850, when one poor fellow convicted for stealing cider hanged himself. Since then, its state deteriorated, but during the last war it provided a useful air raid shelter for the nearby residents.
There we go. It's a bit crazy, isn't it?
It is very crazy, right in the middle of a housing estate.
You'd think they'd have built it somewhere else.
Yes,
The residents would have complained.
they would have.
Okay, walking out of the little sort of housing estate we've come from, which was there, which was where the clink was, onto slightly more modern roads. Kirkham House now, an ancient monument. Doesn't it look lovely?
This well-preserved late medieval house, built of local stone, lies near the town centre and is believed to have been part of the church, as local stories say. It was called a priest house as well, in the manor of Paignton. In the house there were two lavers where the monks would wash their hands before and after a meal. They were removed by the local vicar who decided it belonged to the church. After the Reformation, the house was removed from the church ownership and transferred to a wealthy buyer who may have been William Herbert, Earl of Pembroke, who owned most of the manor. The house was extended and renovated, but little is known until the 1840s, when a farmer, William Silby, was the occupier. The house was called Dashper's in the early 20th century. The Paignton Gas Company knocked down the houses across the street to extend the property, which is now called Kirkham House. By the 1930s, the town needed bigger gasworks, so it and its workers moved to Hollycombe. After many different owners, the house was renovated by the English Heritage in the 1960s, and furniture was made for the house in the 1980s. The house is normally open for the public on Sundays in July and August, and bank holidays from April to October between 1 and 4.
Lovely. Now you know how to get to that. Just go past the clink. So that concludes our little medieval tour of Paignton. We're going to walk back down this way now, back in a loop towards the station. Lovely. And on the way down, I'll take a few shots here and there, but we will possibly be up again covering this area at a later date. There's another area that we haven't covered in any detail.
No. Well, we'll be sort of moving into the more about the Singer family and the coming of the Palace Theatre and things like that, which around this area.
Another church up there. And on the way down, we noticed this. Kevin's Kitchen. What a place. We're going to have a hot dog. Smashing.
2 hot dogs, is it?
I believe so.
Yes, please.
Get them on.
Yes, please.
Lovely.
What a lovely place, especially if you're into your bikes.
Absolutely fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, even an area around the back of the van where you can sit, which I think we'll do with the hot dogs in a minute. Lovely. BMW cafe races and specials built to order.
Cool, isn't it?
Mine have started already.
There's
Mouthful.
mine.
And there's Andy's. Lovely. That's only a tenner, £5 each.
Marvellous.
Smashing.
That's great value.
How good is that? Yeah, that's what we want to do. You know what?
You don't want to kill people. You don't want to chase them out the...
Exactly. People haven't got the money, so I'd rather serve them good food at reasonable prices.
Well, you just said all from your butchers.
Very nice.
Yeah, they are from Palace Avenue Butchers. That's right. So butcher sausages and bacon, farm eggs, even the burgers, all brand steak from local farms. Serving up great food, lovely local food.
Lovely, thank you. Well, we should enjoy this.
So I'm Kev from Kevin's Kitchen and Speed Shop. Been in this actual workshop for 15 years, and a few weeks ago we decided to open this awesome street food van. We serve breakfast and lunches from 8 in the morning till 2:30 in the afternoon. We do lovely bacon rolls, hot dogs, smash burgers, dirty fries. All our produce is locally sourced. We use butcher sausages and steak mince from the local butchers for our burgers, and we hope you will visit us soon.
And the food is lovely. I'm walking back down now towards the station.
Yes.
And not much further to go now. Although I don't know Paignton at all, I've only been up this way once, I can tell from those houses right at the end of the road that's the station is just around the corner. So I'm starting to find my way around already.
And that little shop on the corner, which was the Ark, I remember back many years ago being a model railway enthusiast, that used to be a model railway shop.
Andy recommends people over here trying that pub.
It's very much well worth it. They brew their own beers and the food is excellent. It's not a posh place, but it's a very nice place.
That's just here by the station. Does feel naughty walking across the tracks like this. And of course it would be extremely rude not to just check out this magnificent engine.
Yeah, a GWR engine as well. Oldham Manor. Absolutely beautiful. I think it originally belongs to the Gloucester and Warwickshire Railway, and they've got it on loan, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I may be wrong, but later on today we will be seeing the castle come down. These were what powered the Great Western Railway. Magical things. Look at the paintwork on that.
Lovely. Right, so there we go. Back in now to get our train, which I believe is waiting for us, which is very nice of it. Here's our tracker map for you to look at. So there we go, that's where we went today, totally in the opposite direction to normal. Haven't been down the front at all, as you know. Enjoyed that. Nice little wander.
Back in Station Square.
And a lovely hot dog. Excellent. So here we are in Paignton. Going to be travelling to the Roundham area today. The area that we haven't been to. Down by the harbour, a little bit further along. Have a look round there. Lovely. There we go, seagull travelling by train.
Off he gets, he's found his destination.
Lovely. Over there, just above the Queen Victoria, is I believe where this fire was the other day, why it's boarded up,
Yes.
etc. But that's the buildings over there.
The mysterious fire.
They're talking about the demolition. Anyway, it was what it was and it is what it is. Fires always break out when something needs to be demolished, don't they? Magical.
Magical
Nature's
matches.
way.
Yeah.
And back to the crossing, to cross over into Torbay Road.
No trains coming.
Nope. Lovely.
Only people.
Does feel so naughty.
Yeah, you always feel naughty about that. Believe it or not, in Victorian times, Paignton was spelt two different ways. The one as we know today, and the other spelt starting P-A-I-N. This created confusion, and it was even in evidence at the railway station, with one platform spelt one way and the other platform spelt the other. And this went on for several years, until a new station master became installed. After consultation with the local postmaster, it was decided that it would be spelt in the way we see today. A little fun fact about a pudding that was made for the coming of the railway in 1859, and in fact a record-sized pudding which would probably feature today in the Guinness Book of Records. Although the pudding was first baked to celebrate the granting of the town's market charter by Edward I in 1295, it was more widely known from the 1859 event. The Paignton pudding, which consisted of 500 pounds of flour, 190 pounds of bread, 400 pounds of raisins, 184 pounds of currants and 400 pounds of suet, 96 pounds of sugar, 320 lemons and 150 nutmegs. It was served at a special event with the railway navvies and the families, plus some 850 of the town's poorest parishioners. And it was so big that it had to be brought in on a wagon drawn by horses. The event turned into a fiasco with some 18,000 people turning up to the event, as word went out about free cider, which was on offer that day when the sweet dessert was served up. It turned into a punch-up, tearing the pudding to pieces in the process. The pudding has been celebrated ever since, and even featured when Sue Perkins visited the town for the Great Bake Off show in 2014.
There's a blast from the past.
Oh yes.
The Sooty show.
Yes. It's a shame it's not the Gus Honeybun show.
Put a coin in and they dance around.
Sue.
Lovely.
Sweep. And Sooty on drums.
Right, looking across at the view again. View Cinema. Of course that didn't always used to be there, did it?
No.
But what would you think was there before that was built?
Yes.
What's the most logical thing to find in Paignton?
What would you think? Yeah, what would you not associate, but you could associate with Paignton?
It's a windmill.
And that windmill stood where the Present View cinema is today, which I believe was there from the 50s to the early 60s. And it celebrated a windmill which is situated on the edge of town and known as the Fernicum Windmill.
So there we are, windmills in Paignton. Lovely.
Not windmills of my mind.
Ah, filmed that on one of our last visits, and now we've got the little plants coming up. Their little parachute regiment memorial. That's nice, isn't it? It's very well kept, very well tended.
Yes. Nice looking plants as well.
And we've got that row of hotels there. I did film them last time we were over in this direction. But yes, lovely. Vibrant colours.
Lovely.
Nice condition. Well cared for.
The biggest one, the Esplanade. And this one behind us over here, the Marine Hotel, which figures heavily in Paignton's history.
Lovely. So we're heading down now to the harbour lights again, where we were the other day. But this time we're going to keep going a little bit further rather than coming straight back like we did the other day.
We are.
Just seen the blue plaque.
Yeah.
About the first female harbour master. Lovely.
Stella Gale.
And there's that one if you want to pause and read it. Smashing. A little bit quieter than when we were here last time, but that's all right. I was looking back down into the entrance of the harbour here. We'll pause on this shot here, where you can see that bench in the centre.
Yep.
And here we go.
And this was a picture, what we're showing you in the thing, is of Molly's before it changed in 2019. And now it's what it is today.
There we are, that's what it used to look
And not
like
much
here.
has changed. The flowers are still there, which is quite amusing.
And the same bench. Smashing. And looking in this direction, what is now the public toilets, just there, used to be.
And it used to be a storage for the boats and stuff, I presume, and workshop. It's now just a public toilet, as you can see.
And there's the picture. Lovely. Just notice that. Pause if you want to read it. Saying all about the person that operates Molly's. Now we're on the move now. We're going to walk up a lot further. So we just get some shots as we walk along, of course. There's a nice view.
A lovely view.
Over the harbour. Up ahead, TJ's restaurant. Andy was saying he's been there quite a few times. Sat up on that balcony.
Yeah, sat in the balcony. Lovely. Nice fish supper.
UNESCO Gardens, Global Geoparks. Pause if you want to have a look at it.
Yep, the geoparks around the world celebrate their internationally significant geology.
Beautiful views.
Notice something, Bill? All the boats that we walked past a few weeks ago are gone.
Ah.
They're all
yes,
in here.
They are, yes. Yeah, they were all on dry dock, weren't they? That's right.
They're
up
all
on the side.
they're all in the harbour.
Excellent. Here we are, Roundham Head. That's where we're heading. Down the cliff path and the cliff road. Here we are, Ferry Cove, just down there. But look, Holocaust Memorial Garden.
Yes, this is the Holocaust Memorial Garden, which was dedicated with a service and an olive tree by planting of Leslie Kleinman in 2017. Now, I'd like to know where the olive tree is, but it must be in here somewhere.
We believe that this is said olive tree.
Yes.
There was a plaque at the bottom, but the plaque has been ripped off.
Been ripped
course,
off, yeah.
Just showing some glue there, but
Yeah.
I think that's an olive tree. Admittedly, I wouldn't really know an olive tree.
No,
if
I think it
tripped
is
over
an
one,
olive
but
tree. It looks very
Olivey.
olivey.
We're looking down now into Ferry Cove.
Super little private beach, but well, it's not private. Anybody can use it.
With a lovely view.
Yes, a lovely view out there.
Beautiful. Bet that's packed in the summer.
I bet it is. I bet there's a few down there. The garden we are looking at now is the Burma Star Memorial Garden, remembering those who fought in Burma and Southeast Asia during the Second World War, which was the subject of a voluntary restoration project by the South Devon College students in 2016.
What a beautiful little space this is. Really nice with a lovely view.
Lovely, beautiful view
out
as
over
well.
the bay. Plenty of benches to sit and take it in. And a nice little entrance up onto the road. Lovely. There we go, sign to the left there for Goodrington.
And we are just coming into Roundham Gardens with beautiful views to Brixham and up the coast to Lyme Bay and Portland on a good day. So will we see Portland on a good day today?
Oh, this is nice. Imagine living in that house there. This is
Yes.
a garden.
That's a residential home.
Let's go down there to the benches and look out over the bay. Lovely views.
Lovely.
Those trees there. Lovely. A few more than 5 or 6.
Yes, it reminds me of the
Park.
Mule Park trees.
Another memorial.
Yeah.
Lots of memorials and that for things like this over here in Paignton.
There's the, looks like the George Cross or something in there. Lovely.
Just saying to Andy, despite me never ever being here before, I recognised that from the postcard
Exactly.
that we showed at the start of the video. Absolutely perfectly lined up in my mind. That's exactly where it was. Just to be able to pick that up as I walk around as a stranger goes to show how little it's changed.
Goodrington is mentioned in the Domesday Book of 1886 as Godrintone in the ancient hundred of Kerswell. In the 18th century, the name was written Godderington, and after becoming what we know it as today. Goodrington has its own railway station on the Paignton and Dartmouth Steam Railway, a water park, 3 beaches, a park and a boating lake. Overlooking from where we now stand into the bay, we can see Sugarloaf Hill, a great vantage point for views around the bay, and into Broadsands. Later on this year we will return to walk down to Goodrington, showing its past and present life. For now we will admire its beauty from above. Don't forget to say hello to the plant on the left, Bill.
Aloe vera?
Aloe vera.
Oh, aloe vera, yes. I see it now. Blimey.
That's a big one.
Just a bit. Nice way the seats here are sort of put back into little covings of stones and little back pieces. Very nice.
Yeah, it marks an unusual memorial for Floyd Lieutenant Frederick Ernest Denston, who is said to have flown over Torbay during the wartime sortie, just before D-Day in 1944 at the controls of his aircraft. He pledged that if he survived, he would move to this area, and he did with his wife Peggy. Sadly, he passed in 1988, and Peggy had this memorial done for him.
That is in the shape, if you can't make it out, of a Spitfire, which is all going to grow up with flowers once they kick in.
Yeah, all looks like wildflowers as well.
Lovely. And there's a steam train.
Right on cue. Now this is going to make a tremendous sound.
It is indeed, isn't it? I can hear that clear
Yes,
as a
going
bell.
up a hill there now. That's going up to Sugarloaf Hill now. Listen to that. That's a really beautiful sound. That's the Great Western Railway in a nutshell.
When you think I can hear that up here, and this is how far away I am. Isn't that crazy?
You can see why it's popular for people who like to come film in the specials when they go down to Kingswear.
Absolutely, especially with that little hill. And as we make our way back down now towards Paignton, past some of the more expensive houses, shall we say, in Paignton up here, we can see in the distance the pier. And looks like another big house is about to be built to my right. Lovely.
Number 11 doesn't exist anymore.
Ah. Nope. There'll be a new 11 soon.
We can't even call it a spooky house.
A really good shot of this because we're going through glass, but we've got all the old sports cars
An Austin. Wow.
in here. Lovely.
Lovely.
More of them outside. Hello. And as we come back down to the bottom here, we're back to the harbour lights again, up ahead of us. And the sun has started to come out now, which is lovely. And we're in Molly's now. I've got a hot chocolate.
And I've got a cappuccino.
Lovely. There's the menu. Smashing. There we go, that was Molly's here at the harbour with a lovely Lavazza hot chocolate, just how I like it.
Cappuccino.
That's what a pier should look like. That's a shoreline place, so where the street racers at night rev their cars up underneath. And as we come up ahead, we see those ice cream huts there, which kind of go out onto the beach. I'll just stop and focus in.
Come October, they'll be gone. And they move them in a car park just off the seafront, those huts.
A little bit like that stage that was on the seafront, the way it sticks out.
Yeah, it does look like it, doesn't it? The one at Teignmouth.
There we are, two fake birds either end to scare the birds off.
An extremely realistic one in the middle.
And a real one in the middle. He's not bothered, is he?
He's waiting for some chips.
It's a very old-fashioned design.
Yep.
Very nice to look at. Proper traditional shed there. Look at all the shutters and rollers. Serving area, smashing.
Freshly cooked chips.
There's the Geopark, where we had some chips one day. They were very, very
the
nice.
Geopark Cafe. Very nice.
It's the old time carousel. Join us now on the next ride.
Lovely.
And then we are off the seafront now,
Yes.
heading back up Torbay Road.
Anybody remembers the last time we visited with the talk about Della's mansions?
Yeah,
And
that
this is
would
where
have
it
been
was
here.
on this corner.
Yeah,
And I found out that they removed it due to subsidence. It was a health hazard. Whether there's truth in it, I don't know.
busy scoffs, fish and chips. Back at the station, walking across the tracks in front of two trains. What am I like? Lovely.
Paignton was not only made famous for Sue Barker, but more famously for its cabbages and cider. The cider was shipped to London and Ireland and the flat pole cabbages around the country. And the country that favoured them in particular was Norway, as Norwegians loved to eat cabbage. The cider came from many orchards that surrounded the town, and the cabbages were grown on the slopes and not only used for human consumption but animal feeds as well.
I hope you enjoyed that. Just going to drop you in the map. There we are, that's the map from the tracker. It's where we've been today. Shows our route. Hopefully that's come up all right. And heading back onto the platform now. Anyway, pleased to report we've made it safely to good old Paignton.
We have.
And we'll start off, as we usually do, with a postcard. This one from Jane. Nice little multi-view. Here we go. Lovely. Now, as I said, this little wander today isn't going to be particularly history heavy. Always a little bit thrown in, of course.
No.
But just some bits and bobs. We just fancied having a wander before the weather turns and it goes into autumn.
We're tourists.
Yeah, we enjoyed it so much, genuinely enjoyed it so much last time that I wanted to make at least one more visit before the weather turns.
Yes.
Souvenir shops, gifts for kiddies, lucky dips. Look at that squeaky Christmas dog toy.
Oh no.
The C word already.
Oh no.
That looks new to me. Forever Young, Sex Pistols inspired
Yeah.
logo. on that
Records,
shop.
CDs, DVDs and memorabilia. Very cleverly done. Forever Young.
Lots of brilliant stuff in here. All the old arcade machines there. Adverts for them, lovely. Of course, got Elvis as well. My daughter-in-law would like that. Specials, Andy's favourite band. There we go, that's a very interesting shop.
It's very interesting.
Party time amusements. Cash jackpots, oh yes. And last time we were over, Andy points out, we filmed into this park and there was nothing really in those flower beds at all.
No, the verbena have really grown up in it. That's all, where all those cabbage whites are dancing round, that's verbena. Absolutely beautiful. It's only two little patches here and this little circle in the middle, but it's still very nice. All the wildflower beds are dead. These were the wildflower ones over here.
It does say though, flowers bloom, so does hope.
Hope, yeah.
They've still got their golf course.
I have. And there's the pirate at the front, watching them. Arr, you landlubbers.
Friend of their one that lives in Timoth outside the tattoo shop.
Yes, his pal, that's it, right. It's actually, no, it's a relative of his, I believe.
Yeah, very, very similar.
Come in and get yourself a tattoo.
Marine Hotel. There we go. What a lovely place.
It is, I believe there might be some history on it, but I would have to look it up.
Just going to stick our head down on the harbour over there before we wander along the seafront towards the pier. Paignton Club.
Yeah.
Let's join a club.
One of these little conference hotels, this is. Proudly flying the Union flag.
Lovely.
And today is the Queen's anniversary of her death.
So we're surprised it's not at half mast, but
Yeah.
there we go. And this is the view that makes it, isn't it?
Absolutely. And as anybody coming on holiday, it's a real boon to them to have a beach like this.
I mean, look at all that lovely
Oh,
expanse of sand.
yeah, absolutely. And when my youngest daughter was born, we brought her down here in a pushchair and we sat down just about over there somewhere, and she had her first experience on a beach.
And through onto the little harbour part, which is particularly lovely.
It is very nice.
And that window there and those steps there feature quite heavily
Yeah.
in the film,
The
which is called The System, which is the Oliver Reed film. I'll flash up a couple of appropriate stills now. There we go. And that was his house, or where he lived.
It was
in the
where he
film.
lived, in that he was hanging out that middle window there.
Yeah.
If mine
So you can see that on the channel if you want. There's a link up the top, whole film. But there we go, smashing. Low tide at the harbour, look at that.
It is low tide in the
And he said he
harbour.
wondered if there'd be any swans, and there's obviously not
There's
going to be
no
many.
swans. But it's a sandy bottomed harbour, look. See all the little fishing boats. This one down here, Brixton boat, BM45.
Yeah, this ramp has normally been covered in water when I've looked before.
Yeah, it's nice to come here and actually catch it with the sandy bottom exposed.
One last shot of Oliver Reed's pad before we head back underneath and wander down along towards the pier. Another thing that we may have missed, some lovely thatched cottages
Yes.
just here by the harbour. Puts you in mind of earlier days, earlier times,
Yeah.
and puts me particularly in mind of 1895. Now, why am I saying 1895? Stick with me and I'll tell you. See, the reason I've chosen 1895 as a date is because this has always been a popular destination for tourists. So how about an 1895 guide, like we've done with Timoth, like we've done with Dawlish? Indeed, why not? Here's the cover. There he is. And the link to that, so you can read it in full, is in the description below of this video. Thank you very much for that, Jane. Hope some of you find that of interest. And we've decided we're going to walk along on the beach as we're doing a tourist thing today, because that's what tourists do, isn't it? They go down on the beach.
Yes.
Well, there's a big cloud above us.
Yes,
Doesn't seem to
there
be doing
is.
anything though, and looks like there's some nice blue sky coming on. So I think that'll end our wander on the beach, which I thought was nice just
It's
to
a
do.
nice, lovely, soft beach, and it's ever so nice. Anybody that comes to Paignton, the beach is highly enjoyable.
And finally off the beach for me to spend about 20 minutes getting the sand out my shoes. Hot fresh donuts and toasted waffles.
Waffles, Nutella, Biscoff, white chocolate sauce, whipped cream, salted caramel, strawberry, toffees, plus many more.
Lovely. This is the green in front of the new 2 hotels, the Ibis and the Mercure. Just show you around the other side as well. There we are. Have you looked up there at that building in the distance?
In the
before?
distance, yeah.
Yeah. So is it open as usual in on the green?
Not really.
And it's open as usual. Yeah, Della's Cafe there.
What we've talked about before, the old Della's Cafe.
Let's have a look at this bit here. This is
Very
where you can
nice,
come to
isn't
the
it?
hotel. Don't have to be a guest to enjoy it. And you can sit here and have a drink. Lovely. And of course there's the theatre. And here's a picture. Jane sent it in. There we are. And we may have shown you a very similar one before. Don't think it was exactly the same. Not 100% sure, but that's the one that Jane sent me.
Yeah, the old theatre that used to be there. When we had the
Lovely.
likes of Basil Brush there, believe it or not.
Boom, boom. And we're just heading up away from the main drag now.
Yeah, this is bed and breakfast kingdom down here in Paignton. There's lots of bed and breakfast places down here.
And this is Victoria Park, 5 minutes from the town centre, according to the, what's this?
And there's something really novel there. There's a stream, but look in the stream. There's
Swans.
a swan. There's a bloody newt swan in the... Absolutely amazing. Mind you, is it just a dummy swan?
No, he's real. Let's go and feed him.
Here we go.
Cygnets.
Yes, here we go. There we are. Don't miss out. Don't be silly. Come on. That's it. Oh, train. Yes. There we go.
Just have a quick pan round in this part before we move on. Underneath the bridge where the train came over just now, which is there. Lovely.
Here's the old bridge.
So it's 1609, it says, can't be 1609.
No, it's 1909.
1909. The little stream continues up there, the other side of the bridge.
One hand, you don't need two.
Beautiful.
Just one hand.
And then in this direction, not just got more park, got a lovely big pond with a fountain,
Lovely.
which is quite active. Beautiful.
Absolutely, with those willows as well round it. And the huge great banana palms over there. Well, they might not be banana palms, but these things over here, they remind me of a banana palm. I might be wrong completely.
Here I am up close by the trees Andy was talking about. Beautiful.
They're lovely, aren't they? I think that's what they are, but I wouldn't be too sure. I wouldn't like to put my wages on it.
Without giving too much detail, over there is a play park. So if you've got any little kiddies with you,
Yep, you can
looking
bring
for a
them
play
along down
park,
here.
Yeah, there's swings and all sorts of stuff. One last look down the stream this time before we leave the park to wander back along towards the station.
Food parlours.
There's the Upside Bar,
Yeah,
craft beers, twin of the one in Newton Abbot.
Newton Abbot, very good place as well. Good meal in there.
Here we go. We've made it to Paignton. And what are we doing today? Well, this is one of my favourite sorts of videos because we're letting some pictures that have been sent in, mostly by David today, dictate the route. Now David sent in about 18 different images of Paignton, and Jane sent some in as well. So Andy's gone through them. What he's decided is a route based upon about 7 or 8 of them, if not more, where we're going to take a different direction to where we normally go. And instead of heading that way, we're going to head this way, which will be nice. So Andy's going to be doing most of the guiding today and the talking, and letting us know what's in the pictures.
And Andy's going to get us completely lost.
Further ado, here we go.
And here we go, yeah. So what we're looking at now, and we've filmed this before, is the Bailey's Hotel, which is on the left-hand side. Now, we did talk about this in great depth with all the shops that were underneath it. But also, what you can see in the picture is a Ford Transit Carlisle Devon General Bayline bus. Now, these little buses were very, very popular around the area at the time. And a lot of Paignstonians would have been on them. And in fact, Teignmouth and Dawlish people would have gone on them as well.
And we had the same thing in Teignmouth called a teeny bus.
That's right.
Anyway, let's go and line up another one. Not very far down the road now for a 1907 picture.
Yes.
Here we go.
Taken outside the Gerston Hotel. And this was a motor bus which belongs to the GWR, and it was delivering passengers to the Gerston in 1907. Now, if we sort of pan round a little bit.
There we are, just over to that side.
Now, these vehicles
there.
would have had a 1600 horsepower Milnes Daimler in them, and they were soon to be updated to a 20 horsepower, then a 30. Now, you can see in behind the 3 handsome horse-drawn cabs which are in the picture. You can just make out the bus in behind.
Yeah, I certainly remember those teeny buses or bay buses.
Bay buses, yeah.
They used to break down a lot, didn't they?
They did used to break down. I drove one myself, not for that company, but I did drive a bus like that. They weren't very, very practical. I used to call them a puddle jumper, basically. They were a bit bouncy.
And they used to get sent back on trains, didn't they?
They did. They went back up to where they were built in Edgbaston. So, and I think you've got a photograph to show that.
Yeah.
That they're being taken back up to be repaired or whatever, serviced. But yeah, nice little bus, and you can start actually see them. Devon General have got a couple which they've put into preservation.
Lovely. I'm talking to buses, that's the Paignton bus station,
Yes, there's the bus station.
which you often sort of hear about on Facebook, but I've never
With the
seen it
depot
before.
down in the corner there on the left hand side, a repair place.
Oh yes, I see. Lovely. And just in case any of you are interested in our intended route, throwing it up on the screen now. This is the plan as drawn out by Andy.
Yep.
Should show where we intend to head.
Our route
so
mark.
quite a walk. And provided the weather holds off, we should be all right though. What's that over there?
All good fun.
Paignton Centre, is it?
And this is Paignton Centre over
Oh,
here.
Information Centre.
It's
I
an
thought it said
information
Paignton.
centre.
I saw the TION on the
Yeah.
end, see? I thought it said Paignton
Well,
Centre.
Formation Centre.
Oh, library as well. Library and information.
Yeah,
Smashing.
a new building.
Yeah,
Well, a newish building.
looks nice anyway. Cutting down behind that building now. Along which station lane, is it? Station lane?
This is Station
Road?
Lane we're on
Station
now.
Lane, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going to walk across the tracks now. Look at that.
We are.
Nothing to worry about.
No,
Oh,
we're not
good.
going to. We're not going to get run over. Well, we
Yeah,
are
we
now 'cause we've
are,
got a car
yes.
coming up behind us.
Car behind us.
Right.
Right, now this is what we were talking about. It's a bit hard to do because where I'm filming now, just down there on the bank, it's where I'd like to be standing really, to look back in this direction towards that blue hut over there.
Yes, that blue hut over
Which
there.
would have been
Which
a
would have
signal
been
box.
Paignton South Signal Box, which was a Great Western Type 5 and which was opened in 1890 and closed in 1988. And then I think it was demolished then after a year after that. An original signal box, which was built in 1890, had 17 levers.
There we go, and that would have been here, just on the tracks.
On the tracks.
And now we're going to walk along parallel to the railway lines, which is just behind the trees there.
Yep.
Head up here. This is Whitstone Road. We'll be going down there in a minute. But Andy says nice view of the bridge that we're about to cross, or go on to just for the sake of the view. So here we are, this is oh yeah, not bad for spotting a few trains, is it?
Very good for spying trains. And a nice real view of the town as well. You can see the town built upon the hill. And here we are facing the other way and looking at the Goodrington sidings. And those of you familiar with the steam train trips and things that come down here, they'd park up here in those sidings, waiting to come back into the station at night time to pick the passengers up.
Now we're cutting down parallel with the railway off the main drag up here and towards Young's Park. And this is the pump, Andy says.
Yeah, well, it's this places. They got a series of them all the way down, and they'd fill the coaches up with water. This is water points for the coaches.
Yeah, we're just chatting off camera. You can probably have caught a bit of that, but it's saying it's fascinating to see. I can't think of the last place I've been where I've seen this many tracks all together.
Yeah,
Fascinating.
it is fascinating.
Well, hopefully, if all the access is where we think it is, we're going into Young's Park. Yes, there we are.
And we are. There we go.
Please refrain from playing golf.
Yes.
Oh well, I'll try.
Pick up your poo.
Yes. Well, won't be doing any of that. I'm sufficiently house trained. That's quite no golf. That's quite it tickled me. That's no golf. You know, like loads of people turning up with clubs and that for a little golf buggy. Oh, that's not fair.
Look at the colour of that tree in the middle there, Bill.
Beautiful,
How nice is that?
beautiful.
That's typifying autumn, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, I found a reason why they don't want you playing golf here.
Yeah.
There's cows.
There's cows. You don't want to hit the animals.
As we come down to the bottom of the park, you've got a little boating lake with the swan boats on it.
Yeah, and the swans on there themselves. There's some mute swans on there.
Oh, I didn't bring any food. Never thought about bringing swan food today.
Well, I didn't think they'd ever be on there.
Well, we'll go over and have a film of them in a minute anyway. A couple of donkeys.
Eeyore. He always says that. A couple of muties.
Hello, swans.
Sorry.
No food though.
Oh, look what's in there as well, Bill.
What?
There's a muscovy duck there.
Oh, right.
Look at that.
Oh, yes, so there is. Feel so guilty approaching. They're thinking, come on then, feed us, feed us.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. It's Bill's fault. That's
Yeah.
all right. Bring it next time.
Not good enough. They're still floating in from across the way. Look
They
at them.
are. There's a mooring over there.
must be hungry.
And there's a coot there. That's a coot in the middle with the white beak, and there's a moorhen the other side of it. What a great comparison creatures. There's the moorhen just coming into shot, look. And the coot is so much bigger than the moorhen.
We just found a load of pigeons have arrived as well. God, you just stand here and they just appear.
Blimey, where did they come from? Here. Where's your food?
Crazy. There's the swan boats. Lovely.
Lovely, aren't they? We haven't brought them any food.
Another shot of the swan boats
Yeah.
from the other side. But we're going to have a look over here at the moment at their golf.
Yeah. And this is where the golf, well, it is. And before that, in the 60s, there was a roller coaster. And here comes a steam train, right on cue. Perfect
We were
timing.
waiting for that.
We were waiting for it.
Couldn't get any closer though.
That's Goliath by the looks of it, going through. But yeah, while Bill's filming that, I will say that there was a roller coaster there in the 60s. Apparently there was an accident with it. Nobody was hurt, but it did come derailed off the tracks, and I think they stopped it after that. And then they replaced it over the years with the golf that's there now. Well, I will send Bill a photograph of it.
Now those buildings there going to come into play with a photo Andy's going to send me, which hopefully you'll be seeing now. There we go. Lovely. Andy's telling me stories of a little mini railway that used to run around
Yep,
the park.
It did.
So we're going to try and line up the location of where it was.
Sort of where the station was and where people would have boarded onto it. And there's quite an amusing story to tell with it as well.
And we got a little picture, so we'll just go and sort out the location for that. Right, now those houses I'm filming on now should be in the top corner, we believe, of this picture.
Of this picture.
And
Yeah.
here's the picture showing.
Well, it was the miniature railway that operated at the Peter Pan playground, and I believe that on the right hand side here this is the Peter Pan playground, and this operated from 1953 to 1973, originally powered by a steam and then line converted to petrol in 1962. Now it was very popular with the men because it was always bikini clad young girls that used to run the trains, and they were more parents, men parents stood here watching their kids go round on the trains.
And why not? So into another postcard, is it, that one?
It's a postcard, this one, yeah.
We would have been a bit further back than we are now, but that's the bit of cliff in the background there
Yeah.
of the picture. And here's the postcard. Lovely busy beach.
Yeah, and it's probably taken in about, I should say, the 60s or the 70s, but a lovely busy beach. Goodrington Sands is what it is. It's a beautiful place.
Smashing. Right, going to start making our way back up now, I think, aren't we?
We are. We're going back up the hill now.
He's not open today,
No, he's not open today.
but we could have had a lager, a cider, ale, wine and Prosecco all at
Yeah.
the same time.
And yes, he
Lovely.
still does it. He still does it. Well, I was telling Bill off camera, I used to bring my little dog here, and he does the doggy ice cream.
Lovely. Seize the day.
Bloody
And what
hell.
lovely weather, isn't it?
What lovely weather this is.
We chose Pooley.
Now, isn't that a line from Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Yes.
And just like that, it appears the rain has stopped,
It has stopped.
at least for the time being. Now we're not connected up on the mics at the moment, so hopefully when we get to the top up here, if it's still not raining,
We'll get back on them.
yep. I'm soaked.
Absolutely.
And we continue to zigzag up the cliff face. And we'll be coming up this way, zigzagging up, trying to find the GWR bench, which we just managed to locate. Andy wanted us to get a shot of that. There we are, GWR. John Wallace. Smashing. What a lovely place to sit. There we are, that's the view, wide angle. There's the park where we were just now.
Who needs a drone?
Yeah, absolutely. Smashing. And with the sun coming out, we got the microphones back on again.
Yay!
Excellent. Which means Andy doesn't have to stand virtually over my shoulder and shout at the phone. What a view.
Absolutely beautiful.
Of course, this is the way we have been this way before on the channel,
Yeah.
but
And we spoke about the railway and
yeah,
Sugarloaf Hill.
but it's nice to have gone down that way today and have seen the park up close
Yes.
and seen the railway up close.
And there are, before people say, I haven't done, there are other bits which we're going to cover further over, but that will be on a later date.
And we looked at this last time we were over here. Nothing's happened since. They're building about 7 flats on it, 2-bedroom flats.
Yeah, and I'm no doubt it's probably met with objection.
There's another steam train.
Yep, Goliath going back down again. And the observation car should be on the back, which it is. Just going up to start Sugarloaf Hill. You can really hear it chugging now. There you go. Who says steam engines don't talk? Wow.
I remember walking by here the other day,
Ooh,
all the cars.
look at some of those little beauties. Oh, look at that one.
Lotus.
That's the one that was in the James Bond
Yes,
film.
yes, Lotus Esprit.
Came out the sea, didn't it?
Yep.
Wow. Look at that. The old Rover 3004. I bet that was one of the old police cars, that was, years ago. Wow. Fabulous.
I could buy you that, mate, and you could go and pedal round in it.
Oh, look at that, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine my legs in that?
And we're headed down towards Harbour Lights.
We are, where
Which regular viewers know we've visited on a few occasions. It's a little bit where they filmed that thing, the system with
yeah, with Oliver Reed.
Oliver Reed, yeah, we looked at that the other day with some pictures, didn't we?
We did. And just to put, while you've got the camera hanging down this way,
Yep.
that some of the photographs that you've been given, when we come back to Paignton,
Yep.
will feature from down here.
Ah.
So this will be featuring on our next walk in Paignton.
Yeah, we say we had such a lovely load of photos from David, from Jane, and from some others that to do them all in one go would have just been overkill. So we'd rather split it up and have a couple of.
Yeah, and we will be walking in that direction where Bill's got the camera now, over to the other side of the breakwater.
See the season starting to end now. A lot quieter here than when we've been here in the past. There was always loads of people outside over there.
Over the harbour
They're
light,
not,
yeah.
They're not there now.
Lovely smell of fish.
Oliver Reed's house.
Yeah.
Wonder if we just go in, say hello, looking for Oliver.
Yes, I could look out that window up there.
Yeah,
Just that one.
yeah. Try on my 100 times zooms on that hotel over there. There he is. Hard to keep him still. Anyone notice what's gone missing up ahead? That's right. Those two sheds, huts,
Yeah, the
whatever.
two, they're like cafes, aren't they? Well, not cafes, but
Yeah,
they get teas, coffees, burgers.
that's it.
They're now up in a car park now.
They stood out on those. They've been taken away for the winter.
For the winter, yeah. And then there's another couple, which if you point the camera down, you can see by the pier, you can see they're gone as well.
Oh yeah,
They're like stagings, aren't they, really?
yeah, I'm with you.
And there's the permanent fixture now down here, which is the merry-go-round.
My dad retired when he was over.
A little bit more brightly painted than the ones we saw, or the one we saw outside the shop in Dawlish.
Yes, and a little bit bigger than the one we saw outside the shop in Dawlish, but obviously the same thing. I expect this will be in full swing next week with half term on.
Lovely. Shot along here. Beautiful buildings. That's a big one. And here we are, virtually back where we started off earlier.
Yep,
After that great big loop.
where we were looking at the Ford Carlisle Bay buses.
And talking about great big loops, I did remember to activate my tracker on the phone today, which is a rarity for me, I always forget. So if it's worked, you'll be seeing it on the screen now. There we go. Lovely. That's where we've walked.
We've done a good loop.
Oh yes. And here we are in Paignton, not hanging around today. Got to get straight off to Oldway. It's a bit of a walk, which you'll see on the maps later. But all good otherwise.
It's a nice walk though.
Not going up the main street today, we've done that before. Heading back in this direction.
We are.
Just over there was the location of
The old Crossway shopping centre. Now a car park. Anybody familiar with Paignton will know what Crossways was like in its heyday. Very good it was in its heyday. Towards its latter days, no, it was grim.
just up there is Keeville's Kitchen, which we visited in another video.
And there it is.
Still going, excellent. Someone sent a picture in at some point. It would have been here, but I can't find it now, unfortunately, which is a shame, but there we go. Didn't know where it was at the time, but that was it there. And we're nearly there now, heading out of Paignton slightly, or the main road to Torquay, isn't it?
Yeah, the Torquay Road.
Might have found Dracula's house across the road here. Even got a little devil, or is that Yoda, on the gatepost. Here we are, Oldway Mansions and Gardens. Let's hope we come out safe, because it is a rather spooky day with it being Halloween.
Enter, enter.
Here we are. Into Oldway. Have to go and find the mansion now. Now there is a Halloweeny thing going on, really for children. So there will be quite a few children around. So if I suddenly pull away or cut a shot short, that's what it's to do with. I mean, it's all right, like I've had now 2 kids with their backs to me, but I'm not going to be filming anyone up close.
There's a nice little pond on the right hand side there, which they seem to be.
Oh, I did meant to put some swan food and that in my bag today, and I forgot, as usual. We discovered the trail for the kids. There's a photograph high up on a tree with Wednesday Addams, and that was number 7. So
number
that's
7,
what the kids are doing. Got to find all these photographs. If I see any more, I'll get a shot of one for you. There we are, scary witches now. Terrifying for Halloween. Lovely. Oh, smashing. And she was number 13 on the trail, Wonder Witch. And there we are, our first real shot of Oldway Mansion with the big fence and the scaffolding up, which has been up for about 2 months now, where they're doing some renovation works, or at least just trying to stop it from falling down. Right, now as we go up, Andy's going to talk a little bit about the history of
Oldway Mansion. So yeah, it was originally constructed in 1873 and finished in 1875, and it was designed by G.S. Bridgman for Isaac Singer. Now Isaac Singer was the father, and sadly, after 2 years after it opened, he passed away. Now this went on to his son, and his son's name was Paris Singer. Now obviously you all know the Singer family from the Singer sewing machines, and they were Americans. And he remodeled this mansion between 1897 and 1907, and with the southeast and northeast fronts rebuilt to the opulent French style. And as we're walking up to it now, we sort of get that bit of a French style based on the Paris of Versailles. Now during its period in time, we skip on to World War I, where it was a hospital for American soldiers, and a women's hospital at that. And then World War II, the mansions were reacquisitioned by the Royal Air Force, and they were used for a training facility. Skipping on again to 1946, the council took ownership of Oldway Mansion and the grounds for £46,000, believe it or not. And then skipping on again to 2013, the building's future was uncertain. Several redevelopments came apart because it was in council hands, and as you can see today, it is in repair. So the good news is that it is going to continue as Oldway Mansion and give people delight for many years to come.
So here we go, off in the drone. Haven't had this out for a while, have I? Got to remember how to operate it, but it all comes back to me. A bit like riding a bike, nothing to worry about. Quick shot of Torquay in the distance there. Lovely. Thatcher Rock and Austin Rock on full display, along with a pleasure craft, I believe, just gone out of shot. Look how far it stretches back where it joins up with Torquay. Smashing to have a view like this. But as we turn back round, there we are. There's the bowling green and the tennis courts and Oldway Mansion. Let's centre up. There we are. And shame about all the scaffolding. You really can't see how beautiful it is. Nice slow view over. Shame about that scaffolding though. And you can see the building to the right there, the round one, is the rotunda, and the archway, which we'll talk about more shortly in the video when we're down on the ground again. and Andy can give his information. And the rotunda carries along parallel with the arch in a longer building, which you can sort of just see the roof of there, which you can also see from the drone how damaged the roof is. It's falling out, actually. So we just pull across here and turn round to look back at it. There we are, there's the roof, you can see at the bottom there. What a shame. And just head towards the mansions. One last look at the front before we go off on a quick flight. And why not? Why not indeed? Now, this is slightly sped up, of course. Certain bits of that was. But that's how I do it. It's how I roll. Oh, yes. Anyway, there we are. There's the coast. There's the pier in the centre. Beautiful. Nice big lazy loop now before we come back down to land. Looking back towards Torquay again. Just make the most of it while I've got it up. And again, back to the mansions. Smash in. Right, all good things must come to an end. Time to bring drone safely down. There's Andy in his orange coat. See him? I'm next to him. And whee! Here we go. Lovely. And as usual, it comes down and lands on my hand. There we go. That was a nice little successful drone flight.
It was a successful drone flight.
I've flown that for ages, so I had to remember how to do it, but it all came back to me easy enough.
Yes.
Nice little views of Paignton there from above.
Yeah, and
Lovely
we've got some very nice ones from the garden down the bottom here as well when we go back.
As you saw on the drone, that was the rotunda I mentioned.
It is the rotunda. And this is a derelict 1873 building that served as a horse riding pavilion, an exercise area for Isaac Merrick Singer, sewing machine inventor who built this mansion. Now, it is located opposite the main entrance to a hidden swimming pool, but the structure is now in a very poor state of repair, collapsed ceilings and broken glass. And this is part of the archway that was built. As you can see, it's all to fit in with the ornate feeling of the hotel.
There's number 2 for the Halloween trail, Boo's brother. That's just round the back here, next to the rotunda. Of course, it's a shame we can't really get any closer. There's a shot of the frontage.
I'm trying to draw up as much info on it as I possibly can. Oh, look at that. And that just shows you how wealthy they really were looking at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Fantastic. And just across here, what a lovely bowls green.
It is redundant now till next season, oh no doubt.
Something scary there. Look at that. Scary pair of shoes. Scary skeleton. We've got another one of the trail pictures. It's just starting to rain now, so we're going to start heading back. Yes, well, that was a nice little trip around Oldway. Shame we couldn't see much because of all the works going on.
And the fact that we've got loads of children there today, yeah, so it's sort of...
That's a typical thing. If you go to something like this for Halloween, you are going to get the kids and you don't want to film them. So we're limited to what we could film, but we hope you've enjoyed that little segment of our video anyway.
Yes, and remember that they do a feature for every time of the year. So they do something for Christmas, they do something for Easter, and they do something for the summer holidays.
Smash in. For elephants, follow Totnes. There's the Paignton pint of milk at Cecil Road. Lovely. Should go well with the person in Teignmouth who's got the pint of milk and the kettle or the teapot on his posts.
Yeah, and somebody's got a teapot in Dawlish.
Look for Kevil's Kitchen. No idea what the train times are, but there is a train at the platform, so maybe that's going to be taking us home. Don't know yet. Anyway, if it's worked, here's the map of where we've been.
Not the big super duper walk we did last time.
No, not massive, but fun anyway. Enjoyed it. Shame it started to rain, but
And
there
nice
we go.
to see the Oldway mansion.
And good to get the drone out of mothballs for a little flight. Lovely. Another train, or another engine I should say. Not much to see here. Santa's little helpers. Lovely.
Oh,
Lovely. Lovely to see this when it's lit up. For the trainer lights. And here we go, that's the start of the Christmassy looking stuff here in Paignton. Busy, certainly good and busy down here.
yeah, it's got a bit of a Christmassy feel over there. Got some flags, look. There, if you want your Christmas flags, that's where to come for your Christmas flags.
Or just go down Timber Seafront, help yourself.
Oh, help yourself,
Saying
yeah.
then, saying about the mansions and the architecture, like a
Absolutely.
Victorian.
These were old mansions, and that was just the old architecture until you come to the 1960s disgrace down there.
We are heading down end of it now, talking of the Town Free House over there. The Weatherspoons, of course. And there's the cinema down the end there. Lovely. Very busy today though, very busy. Come around the corner, we see one of the trees.
Yep.
There ahead.
And the keen-eyed viewers will notice that the Spud Bar is open.
Yep.
And also going back to where the tree is, there's the merry-go-round that's been there all year long.
It's gone.
It's now been taken away. But I presume it'll be back for the start of the new summer season.
That's what a pier should look like.
Yes. Look at the way the Storm Bram has done what he's done. Look, with all the stones look on the front here at the moment. Incredible, isn't it? And it looks like the Paignton Gallows, which is over here on my left, is being erected for the normal town hangings.
And he's laughing at the Crow of Doom.
The Crow of Doom on the new Paignton Gallows.
I noticed the Inn on the Green, which was set for demolition. When we last looked at,
Yeah,
when we
it's
first
still
came
there.
over, it was set for demolition.
Yeah.
Still standing.
I think it's still got debate going on about whether they're going to keep it or not.
Crow with a very full beak.
Yeah, very full beak. Looks like chips to me. May not be.
Go, Merry Christmas. We've got to talk over the music in the background, otherwise we're going to show it.
Heavily.
Yeah,
What a
here's
shame.
Father Christmas at the start of the pier, which is lovely to see. Smashing, there he is with his
Absolutely.
glasses
Yeah.
and his bell and his cleaning rag. Oh no, that's his sack.
And his bow.
He had a
He's got a bell and a sack.
Lovely, that's right.
And his sack is full.
Smashing. Shame about the music, but there we go. More of this music in the background again.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's just a shame, but
We've got to use our voices to mask it out a little bit, really. But
yeah, hopefully we've been able to get that bit of
yeah.
Father Christmas without having any problems.
Any nonsense with it.
I just randomly had a go on this.
Yes.
And I came first in the race, beat everyone else, and I got an extra go. So that was all right. It's a couple of pictures showing now, hopefully. Andy took me on it. Lovely. Nice it is in here. Non-stop lights.
Yeah, the attractions, as you said before, the attraction to your senses. Certainly draws the customers in. These sort of places thrive on it.
Yeah, there's certainly a little pier in Teignmouth that could take some lessons from here. Remember that from last time we were here? We love Paignton Pier, Heart of Paignton, where everyone's attaching things to it.
There are padlocks on there.
You've got to purchase them, of course, but there we go.
And then you put your padlock on there.
Lovely. Oh, it's probably copyright music now, so that's about right, isn't it? It's my luck. Anyway, I'll just see how it does or not. Hang on. I don't know if it's going to talk over this as well. It is a bit silly, but there we go. So no jumping or diving off the pier. You used to do that in Teignmouth.
No tombstoning.
I'm saying nothing. Now, last time we came down here, we weren't able to get to the end of the pier.
Nope.
It was all closed off.
The Jurassic Golf, look. They've all escaped from Teignmouth.
Dinosaurs have right of way on paths.
Ooh. Look at that. It's a T-Rex.
Some little babies.
Babies?
Here we go, we made it to the end of the pier. Excitement personified. Talking telescope. I'm expensive. Yes, thank you. The talking telescope just told me not to use it because it says it's a bit blurry and doesn't focus properly. So I said thank you very much. And we left it at that.
Good view of Hatcher and Orr Rock today. You wouldn't think we'd been in a storm.
No,
Absolutely wouldn't think we'd had a storm.
calm after the storm.
Calm
isn't it?
after the storm, isn't it?
There we go, there's a Thatcher
And Orr Rock.
over there, yeah. And David said get a close-up of Thatcher one day, so I will. There we go. One close-up for you, David, as requested. Right, there we are. We're going to head back now down the pier. Notice there's lots of lights on every post of the pier.
On every post, so it must look absolutely spectacular at night time with the lights on. I noticed at the bottom end of the pier, it looks like they've got some sort of, you know, spotlight, like a laser light, so I should imagine it does look really good lit up at night time.
And we're taking the emergency exit route down the side on Andy's instruction, despite the sign saying
don't
only
enter.
for emergency.
I don't care.
Keeping things relevant, Trump tells all.
Hello, boys.
Yes, I'm the greatest.
I'm the greatest that's ever been.
And there's the green being dug up in sympathy with Dawlish. Possibly the Dawlish people have run out of space to dig things up over there, and they've kind of started to dig things up over here as well.
And in behind that is Paris Singer's old place.
Gonna head round up to the park now, see if we can give the swans and wildlife a little bit of nourishment. And we're walking right by the railway lines here, so you never know, we might get a train. Might do. No idea.
Never been down this way in my life at all. This is the first for me. And it must be a first for you, Bill.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
The babies.
Hello, babies.
Baby moorhens. Oh, wow.
Get a little bit of food out before the gull that's on the bridge finds out we're here.
Babies? Yeah. Oh, yes, they like those. Oh, my God. It's the birds. Feed the birds.
I've got a bird on my arm.
Tuppence a bag. Tuppence. Jesus. Tuppence. Tuppence a bag. That's enough for you. Here, I got one. Oh, oh my God. Help. No, come on. This is a Mickey tape. I'm not.
Hello, mate. We're getting attacked.
Army hearties. Long John Silver's me name. Do you like my parrot? Look at this.
Oh, don't get your horrible little dirty feet on my
Oh,
hand.
get off now, that's enough. Go on, get out. Go on.
No, get rid of it.
Woohoo!
Throw it in the air?
Good God.
Yes, throw it in the air.
Your idea to film them.
Right, I think we will not try and feed the moorhens at the moment. We've been absolutely assaulted. I've got all sticky stuff around the back of my neck. That was certainly unexpected.
Look at that lot.
We've been mobbed.
No.
On to the next victim. So we come to the conclusion the pigeons are subscribers of the channel, unable to say hello, so they did it in the only way they could.
Oh, we really got collared there.
Sticky ooh jars on the floor.
No, I wouldn't walk through that lot.
No, I was trying to avoid this.
That's the Paignton bog by the looks of it.
Yes. So I'm going to name this video "Attacked in Paignton."
Yeah.
And then get loads of clicks, and I won't be lying.
No, feathered thugs.
Feed the birds here. Yes. Bit late now, mate. Bit late for that now. So we're not going to go and feed the swans and geese because it says don't do it.
Well,
and possibly that's why all the pigeons went a bit ballistic, because they found someone with food. It says not to do it, so we won't do it. But also there's a lot of seagulls over by them as well. They're over there in that pond.
Yeah.
Just zoom in.
Well, the cygnets at the start of the summer, they've grown quite a size now, so.
A little sneaky feed of these, very surreptitiously, just on the sly. Hopefully no pigeons are watching.
I think I did that very James Bond like.
Yes. Even whispered in hushed tones about what we intended to do.
Yes, I did. Oh, vicious
Mine.
duck. Mine.
There we are out of the park, safely away from the pigeons.
Yes, we made it out alive.
Shot of the upside bar.
Yeah, one for you train spotters.
Andy's going to send me over a video taken from up there on that bridge.
Yeah, it's
looking
about
back down.
November a couple of 3 years ago, of two Class 37s taking a tour out. It's absolutely explosive.
And with that, we will say, roll VT. Lovely, smashing. Just grab myself some chips. keep an eye out for the seagulls that
Yeah.
are lurking around. There we go, lovely chips, enjoyed them. Very nice indeed.
And a few Christmas decorations.
And we're back by the flags.
Yeah. Get your Christmas flag, look.
Literally 4 minutes, we've got to run.
We've got to run.
Our train is on this platform, I didn't realise it was quite so late.
We've got to run.